What's up, everyone? Chris here. Hey, look, I wanted to discuss the state of the hobby real quick. I've been watching several videos lately. I'm always watching prices of cards and seeing the insanity of what these cards are selling for in the market nowadays. One of them that hurt me a little bit personally was I had pulled on Christmas Day in 98 or 99, I pulled a redemption for a Michael Jordan Athlete of the Century autograph out of 23. I held on to that thing for almost 20 years, checking on it all the time. For some reason, I never really bought any more cards. I just had that was my baby, and then decided to sell it raw in 2017, not knowing anything about the hobby. I sold it for $3,500. I posted it up, and immediately, I got swarmed. All the sharks were out there. They smelled the blood in the water, and they all wanted it ASAP. They were fighting over it, and I should have known then. But anyway, I sold it, and mine graded a BGS 9.5 with the True Gem, right? Probably would have been a PSA 10. Had a perfect auto. There was a BGS 9 or PSA 9 that just sold the other day on Golden for like $96,000. $96,000, right? That one hurt a little bit, but we're seeing that on everything now, right? All these kabooms are going up. All these autographs, all these cool duels of Hall of Famers and stuff. And my point is this, right? It's trust your gut. All of us, most of us that are in the hobby now, we got in the hobby because we love players, we love the looks of cards. It's fun to just hold them in our hands, and we can tell, there's a lot of us, we have cards that we like because of the looks or something. That doesn't mean they're always going to pop off, but I'm just thinking back about my own personal collecting experience, right? Whenever I first got back into the hobby, I remember that 2008 Kobe LeBron Topps card, just looking at it and being like, oh, that is a sick card. You got two of the greats there playing against each other, and it's just a beautiful look at the card. The photography is phenomenal, but the card was like, people kind of wanted it. It wasn't worth that much. You could have picked up the base tops for, I don't know, 15, 20 bucks at that time, and you could have probably picked up the chrome for 100, and you could get refractors for, I don't know what they were at the time, probably a few $100s or something like that. And I was like, I'm not even gonna buy that, because it's not what people are after, right? They're after the hot rookies and all that stuff. And so I never picked them up until later, whenever they were way more expensive. Same with kabooms. I'm like a historian of cards, right? I love getting on TCDB and going through and just looking at sets for different years. Doing my research, finding out what's rare, and then finding the cards I like from that. Not worrying about prices, just finding what I like and then trying to chase it. Especially, you can find a lot of cool, undervalued, really rare stuff that way. That's how I found my favorite set I'm collecting. But anyway, that's beside the point. I saw the 2013 the Panini Innovation, and I was like, okay, you got Giannis is a rookie in this set, right? That's cool. You got the stained glass, which is really cool. You got the laser cuts, which are probably going to pop off not too long. You've got the kabooms, and that's another thing. Sometimes cards are so rare that it's hard for them to pop off because they don't show up very much. Anyway, the kabooms are not, they're rare, but they're not like super rare. They're just rare enough that they transact a lot and people see them and love them. And I was like, I fell in love with kabooms whenever they were cheap. In 2020, I pulled a Jalen Hurts kaboom, and I remember like, I'm gonna buy all these kabooms now, and I just never did it. I put them in my cart a lot on eBay, but I was like, nobody else really wants these, I don't know if the value is gonna go up. I really like them, but it's like, I'm looking at the 2013 Panini Innovation Kobe Bryant for freaking like 800 bucks, and I'm like, pull the trigger on that. And freaking look at it, you know, boom. What? I'm an idiot. I didn't trust my gut. You know, you see these cards that you like. If you can afford them to pick them up, then buy them. And, you know, I don't know. There'll be a lot of mixed reactions to a video like this, because it's like, it's not all about the money and all that stuff. And it's not. But it is in the fact of this. Like, I want that freaking Kaboom, right? Like, I wanted to collect the whole run of Kabooms for Kobe Bryant. And then I sold all my stuff so I could deal full time. But now I'm trying to buy stuff again, and I can't afford that card, right? Like, I'm not gonna spend 15, 10, 20 grand or whatever on a single Kaboom to try to complete the run. I can't afford it. And you know, if I'm gonna pay 20 grand, to me, it's like, I'd rather have 100 Michael Jordan refractors than spend 20 grand on one card. And it's just like, but I missed the opportunity because now those cards are out of range. And will they come back down? I don't know, probably. You know, we saw, I think, you know, the card market's just like the stock market or any other market. You know, you keep getting these peaks, people test the waters, and then everybody, you know, your buyers run out because they don't want to keep rebuying the same cards. The second and third tier buyers finally start picking up that stuff, so it goes down, you know, and then you'll go on a run again, and eventually, you know, you keep finding your new base. I think we're raising our base right now, kind of filtering out the things in the hobby that people really want or don't want. But oh, and I mean, but that's my point. That's maybe too long of a video for those shorter points, but my point is, trust your gut, right? If you see something that you really like, odds are other people are gonna like it too, right? And you know, you can check the market. I don't buy at peaks. So if you really like something, but everybody else does too, and you look and it's like it's way up from where it has been, maybe it's time to hold off on that a little bit. But find what you like, trust your gut, follow through, and then don't be afraid to hold on to things for a while too, right? It's hilarious. I sold all my Michael Jordan stuff and Kobe Bryant stuff in like March this year. Yeah, right around March this year. That way I could finance myself dealing full time. And everything, you know, I was holding like Jordan autos and rare Kobe stuff, rare Jordan stuff, and all that stuff has gone up like 30% now just in a couple months. So, you know, obviously I had to do that. But if you like stuff, you know, buy what you like. Don't be afraid to hold it. And if you're a collector, it don't matter anyway. You're gonna keep it. And if you're trying to make money, it's easy to identify opportunities when people are going nuts like they are right now. Anyway, I'm dropping off some packages at the post office, and I hope you all have a great day. Be blessed and take care. Bye.